first year of Jared Goff being with the Detroit Lions is over. And while he started off pretty rough, I mean, we were wondering who was this guy. He wound up pretty good to end the season. As a matter of fact, the games that he missed, I think he missed 2 to injury. We severely missed Jared Goff. It was either 2 or 3. I think Tim Boyle got three starts. Severely missed Jared Goff. And I was very high on Jared Goff when the trade happened. I thought the Detroit Lions absolutely fleeced the LA Rams for Matthew Stafford. Getting Jared Goff, 2 first-round picks that we are about 3 months away from seeing what that result as. And I liked the deal, and I was very high on Jared Goff. As he began, the season went on, he just couldn't get it together. And we were like, who is this guy? He looked worse than he did in L.A. Had never won a game without Sean McVay, and that took about 2 or 3 months, 2.5 months to really kind of find his groove. And I think a lot of stuff, no matter what you say about Jared Goff, he was part of a team that went to a Super Bowl. Now, Jared Goff had a defense. He had offensive weapons that we didn't have here in Detroit. And that goes with any quarterback. If you look at Trent Dilfer, had a defense carry him. There have been mediocre to low-quality quarterbacks that are worse than Jared Goff that have won Super Bowls with their team because football is the ultimate team sport. But there was a moment that changed the trajectory of Jared Goff. That moment was when Josh Reynolds was released from the Tennessee Titans by request, and he was on the waiver wire. Now, this is about a week after the Odell Beckham thing. Now, Odell Beckham is a solid receiver, but he's kind of got them Antonio Brown vibes. Just didn't want him, just didn't think he would be a good fit with the team. We were first up on the waiver wire. Plus, Odell Beckham had a lot of things. He wouldn't play for anything but a contender. So he basically got himself out of Detroit before he even got here. And Dan Campbell, when asked directly, do the Lions plan on getting Odell? The answer was no, just period. About a week or two later, Josh Reynolds is released from the Tennessee Titans. He's first. We're first up again. And I knew that this guy was that he would be a good fit for this team. On the Gridiron Blitz, I stream a lot of football games. I do several a year. I do about 4 a week for 16, 17 weeks, the NFL playoffs. So I've seen my fair share of Jared Goff and Josh Reynolds. And I knew that it would be a big deal to get Josh Reynolds here. The thing before Josh Reynolds got here, a lot of people were like, Jared Goff is not confident in the receivers that he has. And I think that was very, very true. I think it was some other stuff that went into Jared Goff's success as well. One of those things was just the change, man, just being broadsided by his old team and having to come to Detroit, new place, new land, strange man in a new land. I think that had some effect on him mentally. Then you got Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker's out, Penei Sewell's a rookie. So it was a lot of stuff, but we saw that kind of vintage Jared Goff coming out near the end of the season. Jared Goff played phenomenal down the stretch, and I think he showed us what he can do. He showed us what he was doing with the Rams. Remember now, the year the Rams went to the Super Bowl, Jared Goff outdueled Patrick Mahomes. There was a 54-51, and Jared Goff had to actually lead his team back to score with their last possession to go up and eventually get the win. They went on to get to the Super Bowl, and we know what happened there. But the reason I bring that up is because with the draft quickly approaching, we all know that Jared Goff is going to be a Detroit Lion for 2022. But with the draft coming, with the Detroit Lions having twice the amount of capital that they had last year, and some decent quarterbacks coming out, Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, there's a lot of guys, Matt Corral, those guys are coming out. And while it might not be the same surrounding the quarterback class that it was last year, it's a decent class coming out. The Detroit Lions will have a chance to get a quarterback. So it's been a discussion for on and off throughout the season, before Jared Goff even took the field, and now into the 2022 offseason. Will the Detroit Lions take a quarterback? At the beginning of the season, I was like, there's nowhere they're taking a quarterback. The middle of the season, I said, they absolutely have to take a quarterback. And now I'm 50-50. I could see the Detroit Lions taking a quarterback. But here's what I'll say. I would say if the right person is there at the right pick, then take a quarterback. Because I've always been a big advocate of grooming a quarterback. Jared Goff is not guaranteed to be a Detroit Lion past next year. I think it's likely, but he's not guaranteed. The Lions could decide what they want to do after this up-and-coming season. If you draft a quarterback, he will not only challenge Jared Goff, push him to be the starter, but also you will groom him for that point when he does take over for Jared Goff. I don't just want to throw Jared Goff in the trash. Jared Goff is 27 years old, just turned 27. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and I think it could be with this team. The way he was playing at the beginning of the season, I was like, when he leaves Detroit, he's a backup at best. The way he played at the end of this season, I said he can take us there. So you don't know what Jared Goff you're going to get. Now, I personally, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Jared Goff, his second season with the Detroit Lions, will be fantastic. I just honestly believe what the Lions can do in free agency, what they can do in the draft, and the little glimmer that we saw once Josh Reynolds got here, once Jared Goff started to find that rhythm, I think that he's going to be playing vintage Jared Goff. I'm talking about LA Rams winning the NFC West, Jared Goff play. I really, truly believe that. But if the Lions do decide to take a quarterback, I won't be mad at that either, because eventually you have to make a choice to draft a person that's capable of winning games. And the Detroit Lions do not have that. We've seen Tim Boyle went 0 for 3. The guy underneath him in 2019 went 0 for whatever, David Blau. David Blau didn't even take the field in 2021. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a problem. We need to draft somebody that is capable of challenging our starting quarterback. No controversies, but challenging the starting quarterback and able to win us games, especially if they can sit. If Jared comes out there and he plays like a duck for the first 8 weeks, and then somebody comes in to potentially get us a win, I'm okay with that. So I think the timing is right for the Detroit Lions to take a quarterback. It's just a matter of where. I'm going to make a prediction that if the Lions decide to take a quarterback, it will be between that second first round pick and the third round pick. So the 3 guys that they get to pick, if they stay where they are, they'll take a quarterback by then. Somebody probably will fall that we don't expect. We still got the combine. We still got the Senior Bowl, the pro days. We still got all that stuff to happen, so people draft stock can change. We are in the same situation next year. We'll have 3 players in the first 64 picks, and we can get one next year as well. So I won't be devastated if the Detroit Lions don't take a quarterback this year, but I also won't be mad like I would have been at the beginning of the season, because I think you really can't go wrong. Jared Goff has showed you that he can win games even with the team that he has, but it's also not bad to take a guy who can potentially be our future if it doesn't work out with Jared Goff. So leave it in the comments below. How confident are you in Jared Goff's second season as a Detroit Lion? And if he does well, would you like to keep him around? I mean, the dude won't be 31 until 2025. So I say keep Jared Goff. Let's see what he does this year. We don't have any faith in him to go forward, and we don't extend him. I really believe that we got to take one this year, because that guy can sit for at least a year, which is something that quarterbacks do not do when they're drafted by the Detroit Lions. They don't get to sit at all. So leave it in the comments below. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. We hit 400 subscribers, and I couldn't be there without you. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. And honestly, it's the best decision I've made in a long time regarding YouTube, starting a new channel about strictly my Detroit Lions, that you know what you're going to get on this channel. You guys are awesome. Take it easy. And as always, go Lions.